and welcome to the very first Queen Chronicles. I am Trinice Perry. I am so excited about the vision that God has given us. This show is going to be about everyday topics from a point of view of God's Queen. So what do we think about various topics happening in the world? That's what this platform is going to be about. So I'm going to let everybody around the table introduce themselves.
Well, I'm Tom, and I'm really excited to be here and talk about all the stuff we're going to talk about.
How you doing? My name is Larice Parker, and I also am very excited, and I'm looking to do wonderful things and be able to help someone come through whatever topics it is that we're talking about.
Hi, everybody. My name is Danielle Mangrum, and like everyone said, I am extremely excited about all the things God is doing through this ministry and through Queen's Chronicles.
So guess what? It's our very first recorded episode.
Yes.
And so today's topic is going to be what I think everybody is doing right about now or has done, and that's resolutions and vision boards. Do they work? What are they? Are they useful? Do you do them? Do you not do them? And why? So we were talking about it earlier, and I don't do resolutions. Do vision boards. I probably have been doing vision boards for probably about 3 years now.
Okay.
And most of the things on each vision board for me comes to pass. For example, my book that I wrote this year on my vision board. I now have a book. So yeah, so I don't do resolutions, but I do vision boards. What about you ladies?
Well, I mean, I know for years I would say, well, in 2015, 2018, 20, whatever, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But what I've observed is that if I just speak it, it's just words. I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to the air, I'm talking to whoever who's listening. But when I write it down and I look at it every day, or like you said, do a vision board, and it seeps through my psyche, things that I didn't even think would happen because I keep seeing them and I put it in a place where I can see it. So that's helpful for me.
Right. I think I did a vision board once, and I think I picked it back up like year to kind of look and see, where I was with some of the things, resolutions, like Natasha said, I've spoken things, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But I mean, it's never come to pass. I've never really put any effort into it. But like you said, putting it down on a vision board, I kind of had it where I saw it on a regular basis.
Right.
But I still didn't kind of do that follow through. And so I think that, if you do a vision board, you have to kind of commit, to bring those visions to pass.
Absolutely. So this year I did resolutions, and unlike other years, I actually made them realistic. So, in past years, I always said, I'm going to have this done. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. This year I was like, Danielle, make one real goal and follow it. And so my realistic goal was to try to lose as much weight as I can. And I was able to do that. So I think going forward, just making sure that I create resolutions that are realistic, things that, I have a plan, not just saying I want to do this, but like, all right, what are the step-by-step, processes that I need to take in order to accomplish this resolution? And I feel productive. I feel like I accomplished something by, completing the one realistic goal that I had at the beginning of the year. So they definitely work.
Now, I've seen people I guess you have to have a plan for a vision board. Like I've seen people put things on vision board like, I want to be a millionaire, 5 years from now. I want to accomplish that. And sounds like I'm hearing that if it's a vision board, it should be something you plan on accomplishing like within that year.
Definitely.
That's something that's obtainable.
Obtainable.
Not only that, but there are things that I put on one board that moved to another board. Like not that I didn't try, it just wasn't the season. I think that what we fail to realize sometimes when we do resolutions or even when we do vision boards, that it has to still be in God's timing. I can write a vision, but if God says that vision isn't now, then all of my visioning was just visioning.
Right.
That I have to make sure that even what I'm doing, so I pray over my vision boards. I don't just stick a picture on a board and go, this is what I want to do. It's God, what do you have for me to do in 2019? What's your plan for my life? This is what I want to do. So my vision board planning starts long before I call a piece of paper, or I put a tag on a page. It's planning. And I don't go into the new year without my board being
Oh.
And being open to your vision board changing,
Yes.
which is what you said.
Yeah.
So, you know, you always start off with certain things, but the way God works, you never know how he's going to change this. He's going to detour you here. So just being open to, all right, scheme, this is what I want to happen. But God, I trust the fact that some things may change as long as your will is being done. So just kind of putting like general things like being a millionaire, maybe not necessarily saying how you're going to become a millionaire.
Right.
We don't know. God is perfect in all his ways, but saying I want to be a millionaire and just putting that on your vision board and leaving some space open so that when it does come to pass, you can fill in the little puzzle pieces. You know?
Good. That's good.
My vision board, being transparent, 2016, I said I want to get married. I was out here dating, meeting him. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?
I know that's right. How your mother doing?
Exactly. How your brother doing? No, I'm just kidding. No, I got to a place where I'm like, I just want one person, like just one mate, Lord, and I feel like I'm ready. And I know that I can accomplish your will better with one. And when I was open and realistic about what my desires were, because he already knew it, I saw those things come to pass. Travel was on my vision board. And from the moment I started visioning or put on board, like you said, before the year starts, I have been so many places that I wouldn't even imagine going prior to that.
Right.
So, and it's right by my bed. So it's like the first thing I see every morning, but I don't stand there and say, Something subconscious that happens when I see those pictures and some of the words that I put there. And it just starts to come to pass because what you think you'll be. So, you know, that thing comes to you and then you just start walking it sometimes without even thinking about it.
The scripture in Habakkuk that says, write the vision, make it plain, put it on tablet so that you can see it. It's about seeing it. You know, we are visual creatures, and I have to see the stop sign and know that I'm supposed to stop.
Absolutely.
I have to see the red and know that I'm supposed to stop, although sometimes I, slow down a little bit. You know, I'm always,
But you do stop.
something like that. Something like that. Something like that. But
police officers listening.
right.
Really
Just ignore that part. But it's just something about seeing. Like I know for me, my vision board this year was different because I had the flu when the new year came in. So when 2018 came in, I did not have my board this year,
Right.
and it was kind of like, ugh, I'm not gonna do one. I didn't do one when this year started, and it wasn't until April that I actually did my board. At work, we had a vision board for administrative day. They gave us a vision board party. And I was like, oh my God, this is your way of telling me I have to do my my board. Right, y'all have no idea how y'all bless my soul right now.
Yes.
But on that board, I remember I put my book and I put my book's title. By then I had it. And literally, you talking like April of 2018, the book went on the board. And September 27th of 2018, I was releasing the book. There's something about putting it in writing and saying, this is what I'm believing God for. And sometimes I think with a vision board or even resolution, it's the process. Right? It's the process that you don't want to deal with. Because it's like, you said you lost 41 pounds? Right? But I'm trying to lose 2. But
really like 38 right now because she just got us pizza. So
from Lido's, it was so yummy. It was so yummy.
Okay, it's fine. I ate it.
But what process?
It was hard. And I think that's a very good point because people always ask me like, wow, you look really good. What are you doing? And then when I actually start telling them the process, then it's like, I can't do that. I don't like to work out. I don't like to eat healthy. I eat vegetables. I don't like water. So it's like, you don't want it as bad as you say you want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really easy for you to look on the outside and say, wow, she looks really amazing. And in your head, because the first week or so is the easiest. You know, it's when you first starting something new. By that 5th or 6th week, I was a mean somebody. My parents was like, you better kick her out. Because I was just so irritable. But it comes along with the process. Getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and having to go to work at 6:30 and doing that and then going back to the gym at p.m. Like, it is a process. So I think people, they have these really big aspirations. And when it doesn't come through, they're like, oh, it wasn't for me, or God didn't want that. And it's like, did God really not want that for you? Or did you just not work hard enough for it?
Come on, somebody.
You don't make me want to do a vision board. but I think, as much as I think I want to do one, the process piece, because I want to make sure, when I do one, it's not like, okay, these are the things that I want, because I can be all over the place. And really, like Trinice, like you said, getting in a place where I'm like, okay, God, you do the vision board. You tell me what you want me to put on the vision board, because what I may want on there may not be what you want on there. You know, and I think about, you know, even when I said, like, I'm going to do in 2014, I wrote a book. I woke up one morning and said, I'm going to write a book. You know, it happened. But how wonderful of a testimony it would have been to other people if I had put it on a vision board and been able to say, look what God did. I really didn't do it. You know, God did it. But to be able to say, hey, I put this on here a year ago and God has brought it to fruition.
It's a sense of accomplishment, and it reinforces your faith. It's like, God, we really did do this. I didn't
together.
Yeah.
Even in thinking about the process of actually making the board, it's therapeutic, because you can't focus on the negative. You can't focus on what happened. You're focusing on where you're going. So you have your pictures laid out. You have, I like to have words or glitter or something that stands out and pops, believe, you know, you're beautiful. And mine is partialized. So I have a corner for family. I have a corner for my husband and I have something that's very personal for just me. And then some other area that might just be more global. So for me, I make it partialized. So it's almost like a list, but it's a pictorial list. And I can see, okay, in this area, I'm doing well. Right here, I need to make sure I focus on that and tighten up in that area. So, because I are so compartmentalized because we're so busy that sometimes we need to take one chunk at a time, like you did, just one goal right now, focus on one thing. So,
and I think that also sometimes it's being okay if what I put on the board does not happen. Like, I'm not a failure. I'm not a loser. My life is not over. God has not deserted me. My end is not tomorrow. Like, you know, all the things your mind will tell you. It's going on. It's okay. Like, it's okay if I put 15 things on my board, but only 2 come true, or only 3 come true, or only 4 come true, or maybe only 1 comes true. The thing about is knowing that God is in control and God has it, and that my life is still His plan. It's still His plan.
Absolutely. And the thing about it is, life doesn't happen in a day. So sometimes we expect that I'm gonna conquer this, and right now, but it took you however many years old you are to get to this place. So sometimes we're only able to conquer one thing at a time. So on mine, I still am trying to manage or master the art of budgeting. You know, I don't come up short. I pay all of my bills. I pay them on time, but I know that I could do better and legacy planning with my money. So that area, commanding my money, is still something there. But what I will say I've gotten better on is planning for the big trip or spending time with my children individually. So, okay, I got that down pat. Still working on that money thing, but it took 40 years to get there. I'm not expecting it to go away in 2 weeks. And I know at one point it will be very self-defeating, but God is continuing to live and breathe because He has something more for us to do. So if He gave it all to us, we may as well go ahead and plan my funeral, you know, because I've accomplished everything. So I'm just going to try to keep living.
Amen.
I actually read somewhere in a book where Evans, who's like one of my favorite authors,
love him,
and he was talking about how, you know, our life, like, God sees the full picture. He sees like the final picture. And basically what He's doing right now before you get to the final picture is He's putting those puzzle pieces together. And I just got that. So it's like He's working backwards, you know? And so imagine like having this picture, like He sees your future, He sees your destiny, what you're going to do. But like right now he's putting all the puzzle pieces together. So He's like rewinding right now, you know? And so I just never forgot that. And like sometimes, excuse me, when I'm like, okay, God, why am I in this place? I feel like I should be further, or why am I over here? I should be over here. And God's like, you don't understand the puzzle pieces. You don't understand that the tape is still rewinding. Like, if we go this way, it's going to mess up the puzzle. You know? So you know, and creating a vision board, which is similar to what she was saying, it's very self-fulfilling, and it's very, I know me personally, I get excited because I'm the type where I always have to have something to look forward to, like at all times. So like when I'm at work, for example, I'm like, what am I doing after this? I have to have something, you know, to keep me excited, to keep me. And so creating a vision board really kind of does that for me, because it's like the excitement of the unknown, but at the same time, whatever the unknown is, you know that God is perfect in whatever He's designed and He's designated for your life. So it's like, and He's going to do exceedingly abundantly. So it's like, I have these things on my vision board, but I know whatever it is you're going to do, God, is 10 times better than anything I can put on this vision board.
think sometimes we're scared to put certain things on our vision board.
Uh-oh.
Because we're
Uh-oh.
gonna limit and box God.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I
It's the
want this,
offering
but
box.
how do I put this here?
Right.
Because we're looking at what can I do? No.
Right.
Our vision board, and I'm challenging myself.
Mhm.
Because I remember even this past year, I want a house, but I'm gonna put that on my board because it may not come to pass
Never
right
come
now.
Mm.
In my strength,
Yeah.
it's not ever gonna come to pass.
Come
So
on.
I'm able to put that in.
Might as
So
well.
2019, the house is going on the board, y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Don't
no,
let
I'm
me
gonna have a
tell
vision
you.
board done by the end of December.
By the
and
end of
I'm
the session,
very
what you mean?
excited.
Join us.
Yeah.
I just think that it's something about writing it down and just making it plain. Like my vision board has pictures, it has scriptures on it,
Mhm.
it has little encouraging words for myself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It has big dreams, but it has small dreams. It has my tomorrow dream, but it has my 5 years from now. It covers everything. And I love what you said about the puzzle pieces, because I look at God like God, he's all knowing. And he really does know and see it
Yeah.
all.
Everything.
And we're trying to catch up to him. We're trying to catch up to what he's already. I remember one time, I think it was one day last year, I took to Sunday school, and he said, it's a fixed fight. Whatever you encounter in life, it's already planned. I've already destined, I've already created you to win. I've already made it so that your life reflects me. So even your dreams and your hopes, God put those in there. Like you didn't come and say, I just want to be something. No,
Right, he
No.
placed
God
it in there.
placed that in you to be an author, to be a store owner, to be a new home, to want to get
Absolutely.
married,
Yeah.
to maybe not want to get married. You know,
That's real.
whatever it is on the inside of
me,
you,
Lord.
God put it in there.
That's
Me
not your
neither,
vision-
boo.
That's not your vision board.
The,
My-
the,
my
the,
honorable-
married people are saying it's not.
No, that's
We-
Let's see your crown. Let's see your crown.
So I wish that for you all.
We have a church
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But you be honest with yourself about your vision
that's
board
what it
and
is.
don't carry on other people's
Yeah.
expectation, because we have enough of that every day. So if you're gonna write down what your mama wants,
Right.
you may as
It's
well
right.
have
It's your
her
mama
do your
vision.
vision board.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So
So do you guys do? Oh, I'm sorry. What were you about to say?
But I was gonna say that, I don't think, maybe not everyone is in a place where they can embrace the idea
Mhm.
of a vision board. And so for
Okay.
those people who are still in that resolution,
Yeah.
phase, whatever that resolution is, even being able to keep talking to yourself. If
Mhm.
my resolution is I'm gonna not have soda all year,
Mhm.
you still need to speak that stuff to
Right.
yourself on a regular basis. That's your resolution. You need to hear yourself continue to say it.
Yeah.
If I don't want to write it down, at least speak it to yourself.
Yeah.
So resolution or vision board is about commitment and process.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Commitment.
about accountability, because some things we're not going to be able to do on our own strength, which
That's
may
true.
be why it's 40 years later and we're still in the same section, right? So
Just drinking soda.
if you're right, so if
It's
I
alright.
see Trinice drinking the soda, I'm gonna put that soda away. And a lot of times, what I know, I don't want to share certain things because I don't want to be held
Come
accountable.
on, come on, come on.
And
I don't want to bite my
make it
business.
Yes.
No,
I wanna mind my
keep
business.
this between me and God.
Come on,
That's
church.
true.
Right.
No,
That's
my
so
story.
true. So with the challenge that I just did,
Go ahead.
which is why like the first 2 weeks I liked it, but I actually hated it because they kind of forced you to develop those accountability partners. So
Oh, wow.
what they do is, so basically, I don't want to say the name of it, but basically you spend $400 on the actual challenge.
Okay.
If you lose 20 pounds, you'll get all of your money back, every
Wow.
last dime
I'm at
back, right?
41 pounds.
Yeah,
Give me
so
mine.
in 6 weeks, so I was able to lose 29 pounds for that particular challenge. But one of the things that were part of the contract was you have to put up on your Facebook every single day, day one
Wow.
workout, day 2 workout. So
wow.
I went from not even wanting to
Accountability.
tell my mother that I'm trying to lose weight, because she'd be like, all right, then why you eating chicken? But I went
Right.
from,
Yes,
not
mama.
wanting to tell mommy to now all 700, 800 of my friends
Wow.
know, like, oh, Danielle's trying to lose weight. So that was like, but I was trying to get my money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I really needed that. And now back on the challenge, that's such a brilliant idea, because what ended up happening was those days when I didn't want to go to the gym, when I would come to church the next day, and this did happen, people were like, yeah, I haven't seen you checked in a while. You haven't checked into the gym yet.
Check on me.
And
Accountability,
and so now,
Talk much?
Right.
and that's another
Need
thing
it.
too, like not wanting
Yeah.
to post pictures too, because I've done it in the past. Like when I graduated college, I lost like 20 pounds and I posted a picture, and then I don't know, I just, I ended up gaining the weight back. really
Life.
traumatizing for
Life.
me before my
Yes.
grandfather had passed. A lot
Life.
of things were happening at the time, so I ended up
Life.
gaining the weight
Life.
back.
Yeah.
And that was really embarrassing. So I posted a picture like 3 months later, and people were messaging me like, "Girl, you don't gain that weight back," and So it was when I did this challenge, I was like, when they told me that, they was like, you have to post every single day, you have whatever you're eating. I was like, oh no, Jesus. So, but now I'm grateful for that accountability
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's kept. I'm not saying that's been the main reason why I've stayed on, but that's been one of the lasting things because y'all know my pride. I can't let my pride down. And so it's my pride. So I'm like, no, I gotta go to the gym, not because so and so gonna say something, but because people are looking at me like, wow, she's lost. What is she doing? And if my testimony can inspire someone else, then by all means,
like the accountability.
Yeah, I know that one thing that I'm definitely when I was talking to you yesterday, I was upstairs before we ate a little pizza.
we had salad though.
What we did have salad, and I had a plate salad, but is that I want to lose weight, and it's not a because I'm not fly because you see me.
Oh, you a
Okay,
baddie
listen.
baddie alert. Baddie alert.
But it's more so just I have reached a place where I am uncomfortable in my clothes when I'm sitting, when I'm laying down, and my breasts are trying to attack me.
Okay.
Those kind of things when my belly is speaking higher than me. I guess it's different. My body parts are talking louder to me than other body parts should be talking to me. And so now I'm at a place where I feel like now is the time. Let me be clear. I don't want to be skinny because I love all my rolls and dimples.
Okay.
However, I want to be healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm toggling that line between where I feel unhealthy. And so I am committing. Probably have said this I don't know how many times now.
But not
But if you know me, you know that I love soda.
Accountability.
I drink soda like it's water.
I used to drink soda like it's water.
But right now, I'm gonna speak it in a second. But right now, I'm speak honesty. Somebody that's watching, because you relate. Because right now, in your hand is Pepsi, in my glass is Pepsi. But Pepsi is and it's not just that particular brand. It's soda.
Right.
I like soda. I'm not a big eater. I can eat once a day. I'm not a big eater, but I will drink soda. And if you know me, you know that my bowels. Can you say that on camera? My bowels. They work regularly.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And so my no. I'm going somewhere with it. I'm going somewhere. And so my doctor's always telling me, if you just give up soda, you will drop. Because food runs through, like it's it's just if I eat if I drink water,
water is not water.
In 15 minutes I'll be right back. I'm trying to that's my body, but I've always been that way.
But you know what? Even in doing that part, when Danielle talked about accountability, getting
that's gonna be you.
Of course it is.
Oh God help me.
Yes, but listen here. But you have to have someone accountable to who wants the best for you.
Yeah.
Who if there's a difference between you being accountable or you chastising me.
Yeah.
And so if I see you with that soda, I'm going like, girl, I thought you was gonna lose weight with that soda.
Right.
That's a difference.
You ain't gonna do nothing with that soda in your hand.
Exactly. And so it's how you approach. So you don't want
She
said,
your
Your
mama.
mama. That's how you feel.
so you
Your
don't
mama.
want people, you want someone who's accountable, like you want my best interest.
Yes.
And you're going to talk to me in a way that I can receive it.
Yeah.
And that's actually like the challenge that I did, because initially I was going to do it by myself, and I had one of my little sisters who did it with me, and then we ended up meeting this young lady who now is like one of my closest friends, and we were all just desperate. We just really wanted to lose weight. And before I did the challenge, it was about 100 people that did the challenge, and I remember like the first day just being nervous because, like you said, I was like, I don't want to be the only one, because I have been in places where I was the only one in the gym about to pass out. And and so I was like, I don't want anybody to be looking at me. This is a lot for me. When I walked in the gym, everybody was struggling. Everybody was, what I'm saying? Everybody was overweight. Everybody was, and so I felt safe, you know what I'm saying? And then over time, body got used to the workouts. It got to the point where I was walking out without sweating. Like, so you definitely, you need those accountability friends. And you had to get to the point, I had to get to a point where like, even my certain friends that were smaller have always been skinny. I was like, it's nothing personal, but I just can't hang with you right now.
Yeah.
You want to go to Chili's? That's my favorite restaurant. I can't sit at Chili's and order a salad while you eating honey chipotle chicken crispers.
Right.
Honey chipotle, you know, so you just
What's your favorite meal?
honey
Yes.
chipotle chicken crispers. So you have to figure out, because there were a lot of lifestyle changes, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, that you have to make. That's why it's not, I hear people say, I'm on a diet. Like, no, this has to be a lifestyle, a permanent thing. And so now, you know, I can't eat certain foods without feeling like I'm about to pass out or die, you know?
And people have the best itch in their heart because, I mean, even talking about, you know, that whole weight thing, like there's been times it's okay, I'm not going to have any sugar, I'm not going to do this. And my family's supportive, right? But when you see me pick up a donut, know that I'm struggling. And you say to me, oh, I thought she was going to. That's not what I need to hear. I need you to just watch me. I need you to just watch me eat it and then kind of let it go. Because if I'm chastising myself, I really don't need you to.
I don't think some people understand the relationship that some people have with food. I'm speaking for myself.
Yes.
Like sometimes, like I can be an emotional eater. Like if I'm extremely happy, I'm going for the chicken wings. If something just made me very, very angry, I may eat a French fry. Like, and so some people that don't have that attachment to food, like I had, understand like when I'm eating some chips, it's not because like I'm just completely ignoring my diet. It's like this is what I do. This is what I do to cope. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have that. They just don't want to admit. We all have our vices. Some people it's drugs. Some people it's food. Some people it's, you know what I'm saying? We all have our vices. So I think that when the conversation turns to like I watch my 600-pound life a lot, and that's something I see a lot with. You'll have like a very small fit husband or wife, and then the partner is overweight and they're like getting frustrated with the person and she just doesn't want to follow diet, and it's like it's more than that, you know. And so that's why that's what the challenge did.
It's very like my family history is very addictive. We have very addictive behaviors, whether it was drugs, whether it was alcohol, whether it was women. Hey, some people was men. You know, whatever, but it's in my family. It's just that addictive behavior is. So my love affair with food, and I can own what mine is because I am an emotional eater. If I'm happy, I'm eating. If I'm sad, I'm eating. Now, think I don't like sweets.
Yeah, me either.
So I don't like candy. I don't like cupcakes. I don't like cakes. I don't like pies and all that.
Either.
You give me some chips. And a soda, and I promise my life is content. And I will survive off junk food. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pepsi, like, I have 3 bags. I'll be honest, I have 3 bags of chips in my closet right now, but there's no vegetables in my refrigerator.
Right.
I am a junk food person. And I want quick.
You can eat all of that and be malnourished. And people who
you
100 pounds like, but no vitamins or what have you. Let me ask you ladies this. So whether it's food, shopping, whatever your vice is, what does a supportively accountable conversation sound like? Because you can't be so flowery that you don't address the issue. So what should somebody say?
I think it's first knowing the person.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's knowing that how that person will respond.
Okay.
If I'm a person that can take, girl, why you eating that? Why you drinking that? Then give me that.
Right.
But if I'm not, don't come, because what you want, I'm gonna go, oh, for real, and go buy me another soda.
But it's about
away from you.
It's about relationship.
That's what I was
like,
about
you
to
know,
say.
I like that word.
And so when Therese comes to me and wants to talk about something, she'll tell me like what Larice she wants. Like, you know, she's like, okay, I don't want that, what you call me, mean face. I don't want
that shit right
she
there.
said, I don't want that one.
She need Jesus.
She's like, I need my friend, you know, who I'm gonna give it to you, but I'm gonna give it to you a little bit softer. But what I wanted to say is this is really interesting, right? Because we started off talking about vision boards and resolutions, but it's really about, you know, making a commitment to make a change of the upcoming, you know, and so clearly, well, we didn't start out this way, you know, being able to make a change in terms of what you look like, to dictate how you feel from the inside out, clearly is what we're talking about, you know, and so people want to make resolutions. It's just about changing who you are on the outside, but it should be to help who you feel like on the inside.
That's so true. And I don't mean to go backwards, but one thing I wanted to add with what you were saying about the food thing, one thing I had to do was I had to change my relationship with food.
Talk about that.
You know, I had to change.
You know, that's why you see me get deep up in here.
I had to change my relationship. So instead of food being something that like a reward, You know what I'm saying? Or, instead of it being something that I do because I'm bored, or what the challenge did, because we basically could eat, the food was just horrible. And so because the food was terrible, it was like, I want to reward myself. I can't reward myself with food because that's not a reward. That's a punishment.
Right.
It's taking those foods that I would typically eat, and that changed my whole mindset about food. And so it's like I had to find other ways to reward myself. Like, all right, you lost 5 pounds this week. Go to the mall. You know what I'm saying? That way you shopping and you getting your 10,000 steps in. Like, you just start changing. Change your rewards, change your thing. You know what I'm saying? And like you were saying with relationships as well. Like my dad, my dad knows, like, he can't come in my room and be like, okay, time for the gym. He knows I don't respond to that. But when we are running outside or we're on a treadmill, I'm on the treadmill, he's on the elliptical saying, size 4. Now I respond to that. Yeah. Because when I'm about to get off this treadmill, I hear him in my ear, size 4. I'm like, but wake up to speed.
But you know what? It's also a matter of doing it for you. Any resolution, whatever you put on your vision board, it has to be, I think you said it earlier, it has to be for you, right? It's not because this guy I want to talk to somebody, I need to lose 10 pounds because he's a joker. That's a whole different record, but we'll get there one day. Don't worry about it. That's a whole different record. But it's a matter of, I just want to be better. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be healthy. Believe it or not, I don't have a weight loss goal. I don't know how many pounds. I'm gonna go be like, oh, I'm good. I'm here. Whether that's a size 12 or size 10. Now I don't want to be an 8, so that won't happen because I don't want to be an 8. Right? My head's too big. I will be a bobblehead.
But everybody wasn't meant to be skinny anyway. Like my family. That's real. Everybody wasn't made to be small. Like my mom's side of the family, they're very thick. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to my sister, who gets her body shape from my dad's side, where they're very skinny. My grandmother was very, very little. Same for my on that side. My mom's side is thick, and so since I've lost weight, I've seen like my body kind of shaped exactly like she's shaped. And so and my doctor actually told me that, which was one of the things that really pushed me to actually do the. I went and she was like, I love my doctor to death, but she was like cutthroat. She was like, you have to lose weight. She was like, you're too young. And she was like, you have a fast metabolism. It's no reason why you have all this weight on me. I was pushing 300 pounds. Let me just be real.
Wow.
And so I was. And that's my doctor, my primary doctor now, and my pediatrician. My pediatrician. So I'll be honest, I started off at 262.
That's where I am now.
And so, and I told my doctor, my pediatrician, she said when I stepped on the scale, I had to be like in middle school. She was like, "You sure don't look the way that you weigh." And people always told me that whenever I stepped on the scale when I was in high school, PE and stuff, my teachers were like, "You don't look," because I know how to hide it. Like I knew how to put the
right garment,
the right shirt, the right jacket, right waist, And so once I learned that, it's like you said, it's not just because I didn't have a weight loss goal either. I just wanted to feel better. And now when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel sluggish. I feel small. I look at small, but I feel
small. You killing that thing, boo. Did you see your pictures? You was like, she like, what? She was like, well, that's no girl. Come on, somebody.
When you talk about relationship, sometimes the relationship that we develop with food is because of the relationship that other people have given us. And so I think about, and so it's so funny because, like, in my family, like everything was done in the kitchen. Rice was with every meal. Baby, it seems like there was more grease in the plate than the meat. And so it was like always. And it's so funny because like my mom lives with me now, right? And so she's always like, what you gonna eat for dinner? What the kids gonna eat? And I was like, is every conversation food? And I look back and I was like, this is how it was growing up.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't say, no, you didn't want that on the plate, or that's too much. If they gave it to you, you had to eat
clean your plate.
All of your plate.
And so then the first person was like, you're getting kind of, but you gave me that second plate of food
and told me to eat it.
Right. And now I have a unhealthy relationship, but you take no onus for the fact that you create that relationship.
And not only that, but I think that food becomes, for some people, it's a companion.
It is.
For some people, food is my friend. It's that when you think about people who have broken relationships, any kind, whether it be mother and father, whether it be sibling, whether it be friendships, food provides comfort. right?
Mhm.
It's never gonna tell my secrets. Right, that
No.
cheeseburger not gonna tell you I'm eating a cheeseburger because it's a 3 meal cheeseburger.
Right.
You know, I'm
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, but it's my comfort.
It
It's
is.
my it's what bring me peace. And for people who, and I say this, I'm and I know I am, but I'm still fly.
Absolutely.
Don't point out to somebody
Mhm.
Come on.
that they're overweight.
Mhm.
They know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they know
She's throwing shade right now.
they're
you know
overweight.
who you are.
you do know who you are
Right.
because and what I said back to you, I didn't know that. It's Perry, did you know? No. When I took a shower that morning and dried my extra roll, I didn't know it was there.
What's that
Right.
mean?
I was shocked. You know, and I think I'm standing for people who are trying to be helpful
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
trying to support
Yeah.
But they don't
somebody
understand.
when they losing weight. Don't bash me.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't knock me. Don't tell me,
Yeah.
do you need an extra donut? Clearly, I don't need it, but I must want it. So I think you
Yeah.
ask them a question like, how do you?
Yeah.
I can't say how do you, but I can say what you don't do.
Yeah.
And what you don't do is bash. Don't, and that's what,
Right.
and
That
that's
makes
for,
somebody eat.
and that's for
more.
any vision though.
Yeah.
That's not just like
Any
we're
of
losing weight.
It
That's
is.
writing a book.
Mhm.
That's starting a business. Don't knock,
Yeah.
even if you don't understand the vision, don't knock the
And
vision.
sometimes if you don't know what to say,
Shut
Don't
up.
say nothing at all.
silence is good.
It's- what's in the movie theater?
Golden.
What's in the movie theater?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
golden.
It's golden.
Yeah.
Like it's golden.
Sometimes we can't control what people say.
That's true.
People
Hey.
don't mean any harm, especially our family members,
don't.
extended family, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
They
You haven't
trying to
seen
be
them in a
nice.
while. They're trying to be nice. They're trying to be, especially my older family members, extended ones that I see every once in a while. People at church don't mean any harm by it. But unfortunately, we can't,
Right.
figure out, or we can't change the way that people speak to us and, oh, don't bash me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want that to happen, but realistically, we just can't tell people what to say out their mouths. And so I think that's why it's important for you to be secure in
Right.
whatever you want to do, whether it's building a business, it's losing weight, understanding that some people are not going to join the train with you. Everybody's not going with you on this journey.
And
right.
everybody's
Being-
not rooting for you on the journey.
Everybody's not
Mhm.
rooting for you. Some people always wanted to. Now that you've lost weight, now they're mad. Now they're jealous.
Yeah.
Like that just comes with the territory. But if you are insecure about it, if you're like, oh, I want to lose weight, but I'm not sure, and then you speak to somebody that's negative, or you speak to somebody trying to get their advice, and it's not what you want to hear,
That's not the
don't
person for
don't automatically be like, okay, I'm not going to do it anymore. Like you have to
Yeah.
be secure in whatever
Yeah.
God has put on your heart to complete and follow that dream.
And
Absolutely.
again, like I said, if you tell someone and they're not supportive, like find somebody else. Find
Mhm.
somebody else because, like you said, some family members, they don't mean to be that way.
Mhm.
And so don't let them derail you. Just talk to some other people and find someone who can be supportive for you.
Yeah.
Because if I'm doing something and I'm still struggling with it, and I haven't internalized it yet, the first person that says something to me, they can turn me backwards.
Yeah.
But I need to talk to somebody else.
That's why you have to do it for yourself.
Yeah, not for nobody
Because
else.
when you do it for yourself, you're not easily moved.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You don't
Yeah.
care.
Whatever that vision is, whatever I know we spend a lot of time talking about weight loss, but
Mhm.
whatever your vision,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
your resolution is,
Mhm.
you have to make sure that you're doing it for you.
For you.
Mhm.
And the one thing that I'm going to do this time with my weight loss that I've never ever done before, I'm going to invite God into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, help me to turn away from
Yeah.
the soda.
Mhm.
Help me to put down the potato chips. God, help me to want a salad.
Yeah.
God, help me to want a vegetable, a real one. Help me to eat a fruit.
Help me
piece
to
of
lose
fruit.
these 2 pounds, even though I
Yeah.
just ate chicken wings.
You know,
Like,
But-
that's a real
yeah.
prayer.
but
Yeah.
just invite. This is that's what I would say to whoever's watching this video. Is that invite him in,
Yeah.
invite him into your 2019. Ask him to be a
Yeah.
part of your 2019. Whatever your plans are, whatever you want to do this year, this year, invite God in. God, as you said before, what do you want me to do this year? Because I have a whole lot of stuff that I want to do, but God, as important right now, I can tell you, God, your plans are bigger than my plans.
Yeah.
And whatever I can dream, God can dream 20 times bigger than that.
Yeah.
So if you put that, I want my own apartment, God will give you your own house.
Yes, he will.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I want a new job, God make you the owner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever you can dream, God visions are bigger than your visions. There's a picture that I always see on Instagram, and it says my plan, and the plan's like the size of an apartment. And it says God's plan is like a mansion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's
so
so
just whatever it is, invite God into it. God,
Yeah.
you have your way with it. Because at the end of the day, my number one goal is that I please you in 2019.
Yeah.
That's my ultimate goal.
And you know what? The only vision board that I've done, but I'm going to do another one, is, for everything that I put on there, I had a scripture. Because you're talking about, inviting God in. And so in the Bible, there is a scripture for any and everything you need.
Everything.
And so if if it's wealth, you have that scripture that supports that. If it's weight loss, you put those things on your vision board with whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so therefore you're reading the scripture and you're looking at the word, you're looking at the picture, and God is right there.
And being willing to give some things up. So one of my favorite pictures is a picture I'm sure you guys have seen. It's like a picture of God, and he's like holding like a small little teddy bear, and the little girl is holding he's holding a bigger teddy bear.
Yeah.
She's holding a little small teddy bear, and she's like, but I love it. And he's like, just trust me. He has a huge teddy bear behind him. So it's like sometimes we have to give up some things. Those friendships, those relationships, those old coping mechanisms that always worked for us in the past. Those things can't go with us in 2019, and being open to God, closing the door, opening the door. No matter what, God is he's perfect in all his ways. He's good when he closes the door.
Yes.
He's good when he opens the door.
That's my new saying. That's my new saying. That's my
Every
new
setback
saying.
is a setup. It's my daddy's favorite saying. Every breakdown is a breakthrough.
Yep.
So, and that's something that I'm struggling with to this day, because I used to think that, a failure or a closed door was a sign of defeat. And God was like, I've learned in 2018 that, oh, baby girl, the doors that I closed were signs of victory. Like those are signs that I was getting ready to uplift. That's a hard lesson, but I'm telling you, once you understand that, no matter what you see, because you just see it from one side, he sees the final puzzle.
Come on.
No matter what you see, just know that I'm putting those puzzle pieces together. And when the puzzle is all put together, you'll be able to see why I close those doors.
Yes.
Even as we speak, I'm just thinking about excuses.
Mm.
Because I think the excuses become our comfort. So, for example, if you're trying to save money, but there's a wedding next weekend. So next week, I'm just going to buy this dress this one time because it's excused because I have a wedding next weekend, but you have 17 other pink dresses in your closet.
That's 17.
So we need to stop lying to ourselves. So the first point of accountability, like you all said, giving it to God. Talking to him about that thing every day, all day, because he tells us to pray without ceasing. Doesn't have to be a special closet.
Come on.
Sometimes it's in the bathroom, sometimes it's in traffic, sometimes it's wherever, a board meeting. We have to start telling ourselves the truth and chastising ourselves, speaking the word over ourselves. So no, really, you don't need another pink dress. You have 17. So I'm going to stop myself. And then if that's not enough, I'm reaching out to my accountability partner because I have to tell myself the truth. A lot of times our own lies hold us in the same area of defeat for a long period of time, longer than God would have us to be there.
Yeah. I think it's just it's time for the new.
Yeah,
Time for the new.
It's time for the. It's time that we just stop making excuses.
Yeah.
Right. Let go of whatever dead things attached to you. Whatever thing, and when I say dead, I'm not talking like physically dead.
Right.
I'm talking like anything that's not bringing life, anything that's not pushing you into your purpose, pushing you into your destiny, pushing you to be greater than you are today. My friends should make me want to be better tomorrow than I am today. Every relationship should be a give and take. If you're the only one in your relationship that's given, it's not helping you. You know what I mean? Just in 2019, we have to be not just women, but as queens, right? There's a certain posture that we have to have. There's a certain way that I walk, a certain way that I talk, a certain way that I live in my life. And I can't be a queen in this section and not be a queen in this section. I'm either a queen or I'm not. And so my life has to reflect my positioning. When Christ walked the earth, no matter what he did, his life reflect who he was. Not who he was going, but who he was. People knew him by his fruit. People knew him by his talk. People knew him by his walk. Your walk has to reflect that. So whatever vision you have, does your vision reflect who God created you to be? Does your vision reflect what God wants you to be? Does your vision help the kingdom or does it hinder the kingdom? Is your vision only benefiting you or is it growing God's body? Think about your vision and your purpose. Does my vision match my purpose? Do I even know what my purpose is? Do I know that God has created me to be somebody great and grand? That there's something more to my life. Amen? Amen. Any final comments on this topic? I think we've kind of gone all the way around the bench, folks. I'm gonna go around final for everybody.
Okay, got it.
Final thing. So I love what you were saying about, God producing that fruit, because I really feel like for many of us, 2018, well, speaking for me, 2018 was the year that many seeds were sown. And that's why I believe 2019 is going to be a new year.
Come on.
Because the seeds have been sown, they've been planted, and I feel like 2019 is harvest time.
Yes.
So,
All right.
Word. What a word. What a word. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you spoke about letting go of things. And I was speaking to a young lady today and thinking in terms of relationships. Birds of a feather flock together, right? And so birds typically fly in formation. You're not going to fly higher than your flock. So if you are trying to go to a new level, you have to find you a new flock.
Yes.
Or you have to attach to those in your flock who are going in that same direction.
Yeah.
Because these buzzards are down here.
Not buzzards, not buzzards.
With some eagles. And there's some buzzards who can change and come with you. So you just have to ask God to distinguish those buzzards
Yeah.
from the eagles. And Queen soar like an eagle.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I love it.
Amen. Come on, final thought.
My, bring it on home. I mean, what I'll say is, resolution or vision board. I think, what I take away from that is you have to want what you want. You want to have better for yourself. Attach to people, like Latasha said, attach to people who can help you to get there. We're not meant to walk this journey of life by ourselves. And so, we should not find ourselves without accountability, without someone to support us. And once you invite God in, find someone that God has put on the earth to be able to help you to reach your destiny, and know that in this journey of life, no matter what it is, you are not.
That's right.
Amen.
That's right.
And I guess my final thought for our very first taping would be acknowledge, embrace, and strut like the queen God created you to be. Walk in boldness, that's you. Whatever your vision, whatever your resolution, whatever that thing is, if you only have one, write it down. If you have 10, write it down. Write them down in the order of importance to you. What's most important? You might have 10 items, but only 2 really mean the world to you. Put them in a different color. Put a circle around. Put a heart. Whatever you have to do, right? Just make a plan. The Bible say, my people fail for lack of vision. Write something down. Put something somewhere, because our goal, the reason why we're gathered here and why we're doing something, we want to make sure that your life is better, right? We want to impart something into, if it's just one person, that's what we're for. And so take what you have to take, but come back and see us next Thursday.
Yes.
Every Thursday from now on at 8 p.m. We're going to be part of your life. Welcome to our world.
We are your accountability.
Yes. We're going to give it to you. We're going to give it to you raw. And we're going to show you how to leave the buzzards alone. So until next week, queen, be a queen and live your life. Huh?